area.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Knocks it loose. Pass to Thunder. There's the three. Rebound by the Magic.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Jay, the pass to Lights Out. Gets the three ball to go. Lights Out's got 5.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
Already +5 in terms of rebound margin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
They're really working the paint now.
Here's Jay. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Here's Thunder. Clock at 6. And again, unable to change momentum here. Here's Lights Out. Oh, the double clutch. And that's 2 points on the layup. 7 points in the game.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Magic out in front, up by 12. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. Guys, we've seen the Magic really take control here.
Well, what I love is the tremendous belief in their bench. They were looking for points, and their reserves delivered.
And you know, when the bench is playing such a big role early, that certainly allows the starters to stay fresh throughout the game.
Magic leading by 12, and the 76ers looking at who they've got. We've got Chris Paul, and it's AI in at the 3. Jay, the pass to the franchise. Here's Jay, and again, it's the Magic from deep.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Playing from behind, it's amazing he chose to dunk with that higher difficulty rating.
Yeah, no question. That was a stellar move with plenty of swagger.
I don't care what the score is there, fellas. That's the play we'll remember from this game, clearly.
Once again, an explosive highlight on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Throws it up high. Trying to go for a lob there. Excellent defense and anticipation to stop it. Here's the franchise. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And here's a look at what's coming up for the Orlando Magic. On Monday, they'll be facing Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the Los Angeles Clippers.
The road is never the highlight of your schedule for any team. But for these guys, it is a chance to go out there, test themselves, and see how well they gel outside of home court. It could be a very valuable experience.
Down low. And rejected. And it's out of bounds. The Sixers able to retain possession here. Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Magic leading by 15. Grant, a little background on the NBA Cup tournament this game is part of. It traces its origins back to the WNBA Commissioner's Cup.
Yeah, the WNBA was set to feature the in-season tournament in 2020, but the pandemic delayed that start until 2021. Since then, it's been a wild success, and the NBA decided to run one of their own.
The franchise, that's good.
And they've really managed to dominate inside.
The play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
And so it's Paul who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. Time called here. The 76ers decide to talk it over.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
First in assists, and they earned the #2 spot in team rebounding. They are attacking the boards with a relentless energy few can match.
And we've talked about the beautiful game before. When you think of that term, great ball movement, team chemistry, they both come to mind. And these guys exemplify both to a T with how many assists they rack up. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Over to the wing. To the right side. Here's Insanity. Lays it up and banks it in. Insanity's got his first bucket in this one.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
And here are the Sixers now. 19-point game. He shoots it. Philadelphia with another miss.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Magic.
They've really been pushing that thing in the open floor, and so far, the opposition has not been able to slow them down at all.
And also their pressure defense is paying dividends tonight, turning them over and getting out in the open floor and running.
And, you know, we can't measure Hart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible.
Stripped away. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's a three from Paul. Orlando with the rebound. And the Magic with possession. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's the Prophet. Pass to Jay. Here's the franchise. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Another shot. Insanity gets the bucket. Insanity's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Just continuing to pile it on, refusing to let up.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
The Prophet, that's good.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, offensive efficiency league-wide is steadily climbing. Sixers coach Nick Nurse said a lot of it's better selection. Adding more shots at the rim and three-pointers are going to lead to more points. That's how most everyone is playing. B.A.?
That's right. It's a copycat league, and it's been successful, Allie. And he lobs it up.
Everyone loves the alley-oop play, B.A.
Yep, one of the prettiest in basketball.
Unless you're the team getting punched on. That would be the difference.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
For Philadelphia, they've gotten over 50% of their shots to go. 5 for 9 in the second. And he drives in.
Whoa!
Timeout call, the 76ers.
Yeah, hoping to tap into something that'll get them clicking.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
A big group substitution here for Philadelphia. Let's have a look at the teams who have been shooting the ball the most consistently these past 10 games. The 76ers, number 1. Second, the Magic.
Both teams shooting with great confidence as of late. These guys don't waste opportunities.
1:33 left in the first half. Jay, the pass to ABC. Here's Thunder. Pass to Jokic. Here's ABC. No made baskets yet. And another miss by Philadelphia. Orlando has gone 3 of 4 from distance in this game. Here's Jay. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
55 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Here's Jay. Nice. Gets his second bucket. He's 2 for 4 now.
That is how you use the shot fake, folks.
Here's Jay. He's got 9. Going inside. Pass to the Prophet. Beyond the arc. To the wing, right side. Here's Jay. Uses the glass on the layup. Jay's got 4 points in the quarter.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Here's the Prophet. A steady force on their offense. Recording around 14.5 a game. Pass to Jay. 3-pointer. Unable to get that one. Here's the franchise. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. It's the Magic running away with this one. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm alongside Coach Nick Nurse, and I know you're not too happy with the execution at the defensive end. What needs to be cleaned up?
Yeah, we're making some mistakes on some of the switches. We're making some mistakes on some of the weak side. And then when we did get them to miss a couple, they tipped them right back in. So lots to clean up there.
Okay, it'll be a tough halftime speech from Coach.
Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Orlando was looking great right away. They had the pieces in place for a nice stretch to open it up and went on a 7-0 run to start. They were sitting on top with a 12-point lead at the end of the first quarter. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. What did you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Magic?
Well, they killed it on the glass, and they did it with high-level fundamentals, blocking out, maintaining position, and going up strong to the basket. If they board like that in the second half, this lead will continue to grow.
Shaq, what'd you think about Philadelphia?
First of all, where's the intensity on D? You think when a team is punking you like this, you at least try to put a stop to it. But nope, you just keep giving up open looks, letting the lead get bigger and bigger and bigger.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second.